In recent years, fasting for weight loss has become a global trend. From social media influencers to fitness apps, millions claim fasting is the secret to burning fat and staying young. But fasting is not new. Ancient religions and philosophies used food abstinence to purify the body and awaken the spirit long before it became a diet fad. Today, fasting is wrapped in modern science, promoted as a tool to reset metabolism, slow aging, and fight chronic diseases. Yet scientists are divided. Is fasting truly a breakthrough in human metabolism, or is it another exaggerated wellness myth? The central idea of fasting is simple. Restrict eating time so the body shifts from energy intake to energy consumption. When energy intake drops, the body activates a metabolic switch, breaking down stored fat to keep blood sugar and energy balanced. Researchers claim this switch not only burns fat, but also triggers cellular repair and rejuvenation. The most popular method is intermittent fasting, where eating and fasting periods are cycled daily or weekly. A common version is the 16/8 method, where people fast for 16 hours and eat within 8, believed to help manage calories easily. But can fasting really make fat burn faster? Or is it just another illusion of control? Let's uncover what science actually says. The key mechanism behind fasting is the metabolic switch. When glucose from meals runs low, the body transitions to burning stored fat for fuel. After eating, insulin spikes and promotes fat storage. During fasting, insulin falls, and enzymes responsible for fat breakdown become more active. Fasting also triggers autophagy, a process where cells recycle damaged components, cleaning and renewing themselves for better health. Animal studies show fasting reduces inflammation and may extend lifespan, but human data remain limited. Short-term fasting can lower blood sugar and triglycerides, improving insulin sensitivity, especially in people with metabolic syndrome. However, results vary by gender, age, and lifestyle. Not everyone experiences the same metabolic improvements. Early discomfort, dizziness, or fatigue is common as the body adjusts to lower blood sugar levels. Extended fasting can cause nutrient deficiencies, low protein intake, risks muscle loss, and slower metabolism. Experts warn fasting isn't about duration, but about balanced quality nutrition. Matters more than hours without food. The focus should be on how you eat during eating windows. Nutrient-dense meals determine long-term success. Popular fasting types include intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting, time-restricted feeding, and chronic calorie restriction. The 16-8 model, fast 16 hours, eat 8, works best for beginners, aligning with natural circadian rhythm. 5-2 plan allows normal eating 5 days a week, with calories limited to 500 to 600 on 2 alternate days. Alternate day fasting shows rapid fat loss but is hard to maintain due to hunger spikes. Calorie restriction reduces daily intake 20%, aiming to slow aging and improve metabolic health. Time-restricted feeding is most common. It limits eating hours, not food types, making it easier long-term. For workers, moderate fasting windows are safer, allowing energy stability and steady focus during the day. Despite efficiency, extreme fasting may trigger binge episodes and unstable blood sugar. In one study, 25% of subjects reported irritability and cravings. Overly long fasting can also cause electrolyte imbalance and hypoglycemia. Medical guidance is essential. Safe fasting means progressive, sustainable timing, not viral internet challenges. Clinical trials show 8-12 weeks of intermittent fasting reduces body weight 3-28% and body fat 25%. Compared with calorie restriction, fasting burns 14% more fat during the first 2 months, with equal muscle preservation. Its metabolic edge comes from lowered insulin and increased lipase activity that enhances fat oxidation. A review of 1,200 participants found average waist reduction of 327 centimeters after 12 weeks. Blood glucose and triglycerides dropped 26%, indicating measurable metabolic improvement. Still, after 6 months, progress plateaus without exercise, and 40% of users regain weight. Fasting doesn't raise resting metabolism. Calorie expenditure still depends on activity. In comparison trials, weight loss difference between fasting and daily calorie control was under 2%. So fasting isn't a magic shortcut. It mainly helps regulate eating rhythm and discipline. Scientists conclude short-term fasting works, but long-term success relies on lifestyle consistency. About 27% of fasting participants report dizziness and fatigue in early stages due to glucose fluctuation and dehydration. Low blood sugar can also cause irritability and short-term anxiety. Protein deficiency during prolonged fasting leads to 42% muscle loss within 4 weeks. Long energy shortage may suppress thyroid hormones, lowering metabolism and slowing weight loss. Women are particularly sensitive. Prolonged fasting can cause menstrual irregularities and bone density decline. In a 600-woman study, 18% experienced delayed cycles after 8 weeks of fasting. Dehydration during fasting disturbs electrolytes, causing cramps or heartbeat irregularities. Reports show 25% of participants binge after fasting, regaining 60% of lost weight within weeks. Breaking a fast with heavy fatty food spikes insulin, promoting renewed fat storage. Thus, fasting isn't for everyone. Pregnant women, teens, diabetics, and low blood pressure patients should avoid it. The key to safe fasting is gradual adaptation. Let the body adjust to energy switching slowly. Beginners can start with 12 hours fasting 40-12, eating for smoother transition. During eating hours, prioritize protein and complex carbs to stabilize sugar and preserve muscle. Hydration is crucial. At least 2 liters daily to maintain metabolism and circulation. Adding electrolytes reduces fatigue and supports nerve and heart function during fasting. Avoid intense workouts or heat exposure when fasting only 24 hours to prevent fainting. Eat natural foods, fruits, vegetables, lean protein for steady recovery energy. Clinical data show 72% of people practicing 3-month time restricted eating form lasting healthy habits. Track progress, weight, sugar, sleep to adjust safely. If dizziness or insomnia persists, stop fasting and seek medical advice. Reactions vary. Young healthy adults adapt faster. Older or low metabolism individuals struggle with fatigue. Teens shouldn't fast. It can impair bone and brain development. Pregnant or breastfeeding women risk unstable glucose and reduced milk supply. Diabetics face danger of hypoglycemia. Strict medical supervision required. For mildly obese adults, 3 months of fasting reduced fat 25% and waist centimeters. Normal weight people see minor changes. Excessive fasting can lower endurance. Women's hormones fluctuate with fasting, causing fatigue or mood swings. Under medical guidance, overweight patients can improve blood pressure and insulin response. In 6-month studies, 70% of BMI 30 participants lost to 45% weight and improved lipids. Outcome depends on individual traits. Safety requires nutrition and supervision. Fasting challenges both body and mind, offering temporary control and clarity. About 52% report mood swings during first 2 weeks due to sugar fluctuation and hunger suppression. Short-term stress fades, but chronic restriction may lead to anxiety or insomnia. Social media glorifies fasting miracles, fueling unhealthy competition and guilt. Extreme fasting often triggers binge guilt cycles, forming disordered eating patterns. Some develop illusion of control, believing strict abstinence equals success. 1/3 experience binge relapse within 3 months, heightening frustration. Obsessing over weight replaces health awareness, reinforcing the myth thin success. Healthy fasting requires reason, not anxiety. A balanced mind and body ensures sustainable transformation beyond short-term dieting. Science-based fasting is a tool, not a belief system. Understanding its mechanisms and limits prevents psychological and physical harm. Fasting connects ancient discipline and modern science, prompting reflection on how we eat and live. Evidence shows intermittent fasting helps short-term weight control and metabolic health, but its long-term safety remains uncertain. Experts agree fasting isn't magic. It's a structured rhythm that supports mindful eating and self-awareness. Instead of chasing fast results, focus on energy balance, routine, and lasting habits that define real health. Data reveals success lies not in starvation, but in consistency and proper planning. If fasting helps people reconnect with awareness, eating consciously, respecting the body its true value, transcends weight loss itself. Every diet intervention must be guided by safety and medical evaluation before pursuit. The goal of scientific fasting isn't deprivation. It's restoring natural metabolic flow and balance. Health is never a single choice. It's a harmony of food, movement, and peace of mind. When we understand the science of fasting, we also learn reconciliation with our bodies. Real transformation begins not with hunger, but with self-compassion.